Welcome to all you Sagittarians. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for June 2020. And I hope you're doing well in these crazy, surrealistic times. But let's have a look at the month of June, which is so eventful. And guess what? You're not only having your full moon of the year, it's also an eclipse. So let's get started. I'm going to talk about the eclipses, Mercury Retrograde, Venus going direct again, and also Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, which is quite significant on a financial level for you, dear Sagittarians. Yay! I'm saying yay. And I really mean it because I'm a Sagittarius rising as well. So I hope that this is going to give me a bit of a windfall there as well. But first things first, let's start with these eclipses. These eclipses, for those nerds around you who want to know more about astrology, the eclipse family is called the Saros 4 North eclipse cycle. And it's about blockages. Blockages, don't we have them all? And so the energy here is about act after the eclipse, please. So that would be the next month or after that. Now, but it's meant to be like that, right? And there are solutions for sure. So let's get started and have a look first a bit deeper there about the eclipses, the one on the 5th of June in your sign. The moon together with the south node in your sign. South node is about letting go. In the first house, your sign means letting go of a part of yourself. And there is the sun in your opposite house. So this is about relationships, dear Sagittarians. And there's going to be lots of eclipses happening in those axes of the first house versus the 7th house. Now, because these are eclipses, it's not all just about a significant relationship, for instance, but it's also about your life path. So a lot of Sagittarians are going to have the time to reinvent themselves in a way through their connections that they're having, but also old paths that they were taking to leave that apart so that new ways can come, and specifically with connections with people that are going to be important in our lives. So this full moon, that is, it's a lunar eclipse on the 5th of June, is all about a part of you that needs to go. You know, you can have a look at the year of 2001, 2002, when the same was going on with the North Node, the South Node, and the eclipses. So probably around that time, there was some significant relationship starting. Now, it's a bit the same energy. Of course, this can be a business partnership, but this could also mean love, that you're attracting someone new in your life, but first because you have changed yourself. It's a lot about, on a karmic level, letting go of some old attitude of yourself. And also, it's not about I'm not important anymore and let's just focus on other people. No, but it's about a part of you is like maturing now. It's like a new cycle. And it will be very, very significant, but also very obvious around the 5th of June, what this is all about. This new connection that might arise here, or the beginning of it, or this, at least the new you that is emerging here. But you have time for that. But it's the initiation, so to speak. So, and it's a lot about what you're all about, what your needs are, and what other people's needs are, and how you fit in with all of this. So very significant for a relationship. And I think that a lot of you will connect with new people, but not specifically now only in June, but even after that. Some significant people that are going to be important, because at the same time, Venus is going direct in your 7th house. Well, not exactly the same time. It's on the 26th of June. You've got Venus direct. So things about the relationship that I was talking about last month, they are starting to become a bit clearer. I say a bit clearer because still Venus clashes with Mars. in the fourth house, which is about your roots and your family. But it also still will bump into Neptune next month. So it's not all over yet, the clarity in the relationship, but it's improving. So love is very much on the menu for the Sagittarians, whether it is your rising sign, especially when it's your rising sign, but also for Sun and Moon in Sagittarius. And this is because there is a new phase of relationships and of connecting with people. And because of that, the old needs to go. But it's about you. It's about you, and it's about what you value in other people. Having Venus in the 7th house for so long, you want to connect with others, for sure. And you're going to attract very beautiful people, Venusian, but also people that like you. And that's Venus in the 7th house, transiting the 7th house. It's very enjoyable. It's enjoying the connection with others. And of course, these days when we feel and when we are in these days where it's really hard to connect with people on a very, almost physical level, you're gonna appreciate it even more. And it's like an upgrade you're getting when it comes to your relationship. So, but it's just the beginning. That's the other thing. It's just the beginning that is unfolding itself. That's the relationship sector. Now, money. Let's talk about that, because you're going to have also another eclipse on the 21st of June in your 8th house, which is about shared resources, but which is also a bit of a crisis-prone house, basically. It's the house of death and rebirth. So quite a deep house. You're going to have again, if it's not enough, an eclipse with the North Node. And the North Node, although, is at the very end of Gemini, but they still count it as the North Node with the Sun and the Moon in Cancer as an eclipse there. So it's like the North Node shows new beginnings and new energies. So for you, when it comes to trusting others, when it comes to asking for help to others, when it comes to sharing the resources with others and being okay with that, there is like some sort of a new start there. It could be anything. It could be a loan that you're getting. It could be an inheritance that you're getting. It could be because of a crisis going on, little or big. Let's hope it's a little one, that there are changes when it comes to a transformation, so to speak, when it comes to your self-worth. Because at the same time, we're having this beautiful Jupiter-Pluto conjunction again at the end of June. So that is your self-worth, your confidence, your money. And there's something positive there. It's at the end of the month. So the more you are open for, you could say, the resources, whether it is financial, emotional, of help of others towards you, the more you are open to that, the more you're going to gain also assets for yourself. It's a bit of a strange combination, but that's the axis of the 2nd and the 8th house. The first one, Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, which is about growth and exponential growth. It's about exponential growth. Jupiter is enlarging everything and Pluto is transformation. And it's in your 2nd house of money. So if there happens something with you when it comes to your financial situation and an improvement, let's say at the end of March, beginning of April, it might sound weird because a lot of people had it even more rough than before, but you're an exception. There could have been a windfall at the end of March, beginning to April. Now this is happening again. This Jupiter-Pluto conjunction at the very end of the month, around the last week of the month. The moon will be then in Virgo, which is your 10th house of work, and it will trine this Jupiter-Pluto. So I think for a lot of Sagittarians, especially Sagittarians rising, there's again a windfall. Because of your work, for instance, or because of you worked so hard. It can already mean it's not something that you did a couple of weeks ago. No, it can mean that all the effort that you've done when Saturn was in your 2nd house, being economical with your money, improving your money situation. But first, by having a hard time, there could be some culmination again of a possibility of strengthening your financial situation at the end of the month. So that's a very good energy, isn't it? And again, I think related with work, because your 10th house there is activated as well around the last week of the month. Now, yeah, that's and oh yes, of course, Mercury retrograde. I already mentioned that there's also a Mercury retrograde at the 19th of the month in your 8th house of shared resources, psychological depth. A very deep month for you, because Mercury is about your thinking processes. The 8th house is very deep psychological house on one level, on a non-material level. On a material level, it's shared resources, but things could be going on at the same time that you are, as from the 19th of June up until the midst of July. So like the 13th of July, then Mercury goes direct again. You've got that pocket of time to rethink investments, to rethink shared resources, to make it better even, and to improve it. On the non-material level, it has to do with psychological growth. You know, Mercury in the 8th house is very deep. You will be, if you already have an interest in the occult, in astrology, metaphysical stuff, it will deepen even more. Life after death, you know, death and rebirth, all of that, your mind will be there on very intense and deep things because of situations that happen there. Don't forget the eclipse of the 21st of June is also happening there. So it won't be a very floaty month. No, it will be a very deep month for you, but it's a bit hidden, so not everyone is going to see that you're dealing with all this deep stuff, not at all. But I think you will be fine. I think you will do well with all of that, and a bit of intensity there every now and then can transform you. That's what this is all about. You've got your ruler Jupiter with Pluto. So Jupiter is you and Pluto is transformation. So quite a transformational month. If you have been working hard to transform to the negativity of life, to try to turn it around in something positive, there's definitely things gonna show up as strengthening you instead of, you know, knocking you down. On that note, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your personal readings that you order with me, and your liking and your sharing and commenting. Thank you so much. I wish you a very good month. Bye-bye.